crazy
something.
stuff.
Educate yourself just a little bit before you open up on the public forum.
Yes,
Just 2
yes.
dashes.
And
Just two.
yeah, I'm kind of like
Short
you, like
or long?
one way or another.
I wish.
If it's coming, let's do it the best way we could possibly
I can
do
do
it.
it
Best
and
safe
everything
is-
else, but I can't
Period,
fix a
like,
diet.
let's be honest. If you're that naive, you think it's not. I mean,
They're going all out.
One way
There's
or
two of
another,
them.
yeah.
oh, there's one in Aurora, there's
They're all.
Grand Island, like, people drive right by them, there's like 37 in Nebraska. So like, what do you-
Crazy deal, they get mad.
Love my neighbor.
And then they go at the farmer who's considering selling the field.
Uh-huh.
Can you fault him?
Glad
He's
there.
worked hard,
I want that case
and
of
his
beer.
$1 million acre of corn,
is
maybe
now
he was
like,
offered for $5 million. You know what?
peace
That
out.
beer's so bad.
I paid off all my debts. I've worked the ground for a long time. I made a
4th of July, he came
Hey,
on.
I'm gonna move where there isn't a
Close to
data
that
center.
already, but
You know,
like,
the other side, yeah, I mean, if
but you know, that's going back and forth.
seventies,
He drank almost all that
get
stuff.
$5 million and none of your kids will come back,
Yeah.
why not?
Absolutely,
Yeah, when anything in my
That's from a
life,
purely
like
financial.
fishing,
Yes.
hardly
Yeah.
fish,
but people do not.
and I win beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, win a 12-pack, that'd be great.
That's
I drink
crazy.
beer by myself.
Had a
I
case of
did
beer
that
in the
last week,
refrigerator
crazy stuff. It was
for a month now.
talking about it, apparently there's a half-mile setback or
You know,
something.
if I'm sitting outside and they.
Wind regulation, something.
Yeah,
Something
no,
else they're talking about, well, that's gonna cast a 5-mile shadow and that's gonna, like,
I'm more of a
what?
social.
So they went through
Yeah.
a winter
Or something's going on.
between Oshkosh and Chapel.
Mhm.
They talked to us about it, and we had 160 page
Then of
contract
course,
from their attorney.
I can't eat pizza.
Just the development
Pizza,
contractor.
and beer, and I beer, so.
And we held off, you know what, get it through planning and zoning approved first before we go any further with it. I don't think it's gonna go through in Keith County.
Alright.
I just don't know that they're gonna allow wind turbines to
I got
happen.
through a case of water a week, or.
But there's signs when you
Well,
drive
that's-
Highway
I can't
26,
sleep.
there's signs all over, stop the
I'll
wind
drink
farm,
beer.
stop the solar farms.
That's
All
all
over.
in.
Yeah, but it just
Couple
like
of shots
last
or
night,
something,
if that
put me to
data
sleep,
center
I just don't
is generating
Just cleaned out
power
the
through
bottom
a
of
solar
the cover.
system, okay, so do you want it?
Alcohol.
Like, do you want solar, do you want diesel, do you want MPP? Like, pick your, and so then,
People don't want all. Well, they had a whole shelf in here, didn't they?
that's right. And what I thought, there's a guy up north, I don't know if you've heard that on the planning commission,
And
north of the Birdwood, and he got approval for, he's drilling for helium. Yeah, yeah, and he went through all of the gas and oil
Oh, 'cause I tried to ask my neighbor.
regulations that he
Keith's
had
got it.
to.
He's a half drink beer, I drink
The
whiskey.
planning commission approved him to drill for helium,
Good on you.
and
I had a
it's,
drink with
he
me.
could, he's gonna build a
Don't
big
drink like
shop
that
up
either.
there and everything, and, yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, cause his
They-
building was approved last night.
Yep, yep,
They've
yeah, he
drilled
has the right to drill now, so.
test wells up there 20 years ago, cause we had
Yes.
to put phone lines to them in the middle of pastures.
Oh, really?
Actually, our corridor right here, if you look back generations, before Mylan Moore was even born, they were looking for helium through this corridor.
There's a
Yeah,
huge vein of natural gas here in the limestone buttes that run from here all the way out into Wyoming.
That's crazy.
That's a very common for natural gas.
Well, and like he said, you use that for cooling your MRI units and all of that, like what great, it's non-flammable.
And you huff it, it change your breath, change your voice.
That's right, so you're happy while you're in there.
Andy Scott used to fill something up with it and then shoot them and knock everything off my walls in my trailer
Oh, that's funny. Well, and
And
if it's
then
a
walk
cooling
over there.
mechanism,
and make sure they were
don't you
still
think
on.
that like the data centers have considered could helium be, I mean, like, used as a cooling system? I know, you never know.
You were already voting? Yeah. It is 6 p.m., July 15th, 2026, Village of Sutherland, Lincoln County, Sutherland, Nebraska Board of Trustees, regular meeting. Roll call, please. Here?
Here.
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 Pledge of allegiance, please.
Allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Notification of open meeting law posters on the west wall. Proper procedure for guests. You have a question or comment, raise your hand. We'll call upon you and go from there. Next to open up with, the board will hear comments at this time. All comments need to be directed to the chair. There's a 5-minute time limit. There will be no discussion by the board on comments by the public that are not on the agenda. Is there any public comment at this time? Moving on. We have an agenda presented to us. I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda. Motion Patrick,
Second.
second Nels.
Scott Meyer,
Yes.
Eric Dempsey,
Yes.
Alicia Patrick.
Yes.
Justin Mills,
Yes.
Tim Patrick.
Yes.
All right, read and approve minutes of the June 24th, 2026 regular meeting. Anybody have any additions or corrections?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion Patrick to approve.
Second.
Second Nels.
Alicia Patrick,
Yes.
Justin Mills,
Yes.
Eric Dempsey,
Yes.
Tim Patrick,
Yes on content.
Scott Meyer,
Yes. All right, read and approve minutes of July 8th, 2026 work session.
Motion to approve is presented.
Motion back. I'll second.
Eric Dempsey,
Abstain.
Tim Patrick,
Yes.
Scott Meyer,
Yes.
Patrick,
Abstain.
Justin Mills,
You can't, it won't pass. 'Cause you don't have
You
it.
can approve it on content.
Right.
There you go.
So would you like to approve on content?
Yeah, approve on content.
All right. Move on, unfinished business, property on Walnut Street.
Just briefly, if I may, Mr. Chair, we're gonna set this off if we can for a couple of weeks. There's been some movement, but there needs some time for attorneys to talk to each other and kind of hopefully get this moving forward. So, I would ask for the 12th, I think would be enough time to have an update.
Sewer Lagoon. Casey, nothing changed?
I think on that, I got just some preliminary numbers for the board to look over as to what payments would be. Don't make any decisions right now, they're setting up the schedule and to finalize the bond. But did send these over in case anybody wanted to take a home and just look over what the amortization schedules look like and the tax levy and tax look like.
Do we have a dollar amount that would be needed? Could you put that in an email and send it out, please?
On what we would need to bond out.
Yes.
Yeah,
What the
because
final numbers were.
825, I believe, is that what they funded?
Well, they have it at 8:30, they did the general schedule, it's probably 8:35. That was originally discussed, but I don't think it's spent.
That's what I'd like, is what the
Yep.
expenditures
Yes,
were.
we'll that to get in there.
Okay, sounds good. Park and pool picnic tables. Nothing?
Let's just take that off tonight, but
Okay. Remove that, please, at Casey's request. Discussion and action on ordinances to be updated in the crime commission system.
I think that goes with the next agenda item, which is waiver of fines and ultimately ordinance 69.
Okay. So we will move. Find it here. Turn the left pages. Ordinance 690. Bonnie, could you read that, please?
Ordinance number 690, ordinance of the village of Sutherland, Lincoln County, Nebraska, to amend and replace 70.99 penalty and to amend and replace 72.99 penalty of the Sutherland Code of Ordinances, to repeal all other ordinances and resolutions or parts thereof in conflict, to provide that the provisions of this ordinance shall be made a part of the code of the village of Sutherland, and to provide the date that this ordinance shall take effect.
Okay, and that is the first reading of ordinance 690.
And if I can give just a quick, what this does, so there's two separate categories of violations here. Under chapter 70 of your code book is parking violations. And this would, create basically waiverable, parking or traffic regulations, I'm sorry. General penalty of traffic regulations, which first offense traffic regulation would be $50 fine, second offense would be $100 fine, third and subsequent would be non-waiverable up to then $500. Part B of this would create a parking violations bureau, and those are your relatively minor sort of parking stuff. And those payments would be paid to the village clerk, and ultimately they would go to the schools, but that's a separate issue. And those would be on a $25 or $50 fine schedule on minor parking violations. This does mirror in some ways North Platte, especially on the parking bureau piece. As far as the traffic regulations piece, that's just some general waiverable fines. And again, hopefully to reduce court costs and general payment that the village would have to make to prosecute these sort of things. And I would recommend at this point that the board have an opportunity to look to see exactly which ones are traffic regulations versus which ones are your parking violations in your different chapters.
So it would probably be best to have 3 actual readings.
That's what I was just gonna say, I think we need to do 3 actual readings on this, so.
So that served as our first reading of ordinance 690. Is there any other discussion on that at this time? Okay. Move on to review ordinance 92.02, which is large animal 4-H animal discussion.
The last meeting I was asked to hold it over so that information can be made on how strict or would recommend going on some of these. All the information from the previous package also is in there.
So, Mike, right now, we don't require proof of being in a 4-H group, correct?
Correct.
And I know nothing about 4-H, I'm not gonna lie. Can they hold the same animals over year to year?
I could answer that because I was a 4-H kid all the way
Thank you.
through, and I got nephews. And anyway, it would be a breeding animal or potentially a horse. It could be kept from year to year.
Could goats, chickens, it doesn't matter because we require them, so many.
You can have swine, breeding swine.
If you allow them, of course.
Breeding goats.
So they could be held over from year to year, they don't have to sell them at market and do all that good stuff.
Correct. It depends on the purpose of the project. Some are market animals. That's what we eat. That's, for a finite time. At the end of fair, they're gone. If you're breeding animals, they would be held over to at least another year, typically, if not longer.
So,
So I'm opposed, are you wanting someone to speak? So I'm
I'm
opposed
just,
to,
I'm
having that in the village limits.
yes.
So I don't agree with having, pigs and goats and stuff like that within the village limits, held over like that.
Within a normal residential lot. Like,
Well,
okay, here's my thing right now is South Street is within city limits,
Right,
village limits.
right.
They have those overabundance lots
right,
for horses and stuff that are not,
right.
but
But they have over an acre.
yes.
For a large animal permit, they have to have over.
Right.
So I don't mind those, but I do mind if I lived on Locust Street and my neighbor's window was within arm's reach of
Correct.
me, I would not want a goat.
Suburban residential.
Cause the goat, that's.
We'd have to pull up zoning regs on.
I have no clue what the
I don't
goat
think
is.
they're allowed in
The
residential.
large
Actually, it
animal
says
Next
or
to,
SR.
residential.
Right.
it's the people next to, that lady I know,
Okay.
I believe large animal were suburban residential.
Sean Berry.
Yes,
They were not allowed on this residential property.
yes,
So that's all in how it was zoned.
yes.
I had somebody mention to me, they saw this on there, they said, why do you guys allow them in town? Why
I-
not just
Agree.
shut it off? Then there's no more chicken permits.
Right,
It's like, I don't know, I'll bring it up.
right.
I
I personally would be okay with that too. I think at some point you can have so many that it's dirty and yucky and to
suburban
your community.
residential, I believe, but then, like I said, I don't mind them over there because they have the larger than the 1 acre.
Right,
But where my neighbor's right next to my window. Anyway, shoot, and that's what they've come to me with. Said, you know, when I wanna, in the spring and the fall, I wanna raise my window up, and it's right next to the goat pen.
Well, it's pretty easy then, just say, if you're gonna do this, it's gotta be in suburban residential.
And, I mean, for any change, you can enforce lot size.
I think we need to enforce lot size cost too.
Would we be best to,
Total lot size, like including the home, or just
Yes.
where?
yeah, your lots,
Yes,
you're
your
the
lot.
out square.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we wanna research more to get
what's
all?
the lot sizes over there? 2 acres or better on the South Street.
Some of them are not.
Yeah, it just
Some of those suburban,
depends.
they're still all in suburban residential.
I think they, you have to have 1 acre for a large animal permit, if I remember right,
Bonnie, can we print off that zoning?
but that would be best to look at
Well,
that.
and there
They're in the zoning
we
regs.
did, yeah, and I have that pulled up, but there are 2 sections, one says. General farming operations include husbandry exclusively cattle, horses, pigs, sheep, goats, and donkeys. The other section. Only mentions,
It includes or it excludes?
it
Did you
just,
say
it includes in that one, but in the next one, in suburban residential. Husbandry of cattle, horses, and sheep. Those are the only 3 listed in,
Is that a subsection?
it's like 2 pages apart, the 2 different sections.
Two of your zoning book. I mean, I can pull this real quick, cause I think that's gonna help. It should have all your minimums and everything.
Yeah, exactly, looking at what's already on the books. Cause Casey, when somebody files for a large animal permit, you guys have to, or the office pulls up and figures out what the size of the lot is, how many they can have, what their acreage, and then you have to go inspect it, correct?
Joe, make sure they have food, water, shelter. And most of them, we really don't have any issues anymore with everybody over there. Like, most of them, they got a couple of cows. They go in the butcher, as soon as they're going butcher, they got 2 calves there, replace the 2 that went in. It's just kind of a cycle.
Yeah.
We don't get any complaints on the horses over there. We get more complaints on chickens than anything. And that's one thing, you go left, we'll have 6 chickens, next time you go by,
Yep.
there's a whole herd of chickens.
So
Really?
suburban residential does
Yes.
include all the outlying areas. I was worried about the horse permit. But we're just doing the 4-H animals, correct?
4-H and large.
Right.
So because the one permit that they've already spent $20,000 to improve the property and fence.
But they haven't done anything.
Well, but they're still improving,
Yeah,
yeah.
Cleaning the property
They're
up.
cleaning the property up and I've seen the receipts from the $20,000 to haul the trash away. I don't want to limit,
But that one's suburban
But that-
residential.
Yeah, that has
that's what I'm
like 3 or 4 acres to
Yeah.
it.
yeah, so
So-
we're good on that one.
Yeah, that one's different.
So as a
So-
general guideline, the suburban residential, if I'm hearing everybody right, the suburban residential requirement and minimum lot size of an acre minimum before any large animal or 4-H animals permitted would be a general consensus? Or is
Well,
that
where's suburban residential? Are there any of those within the,
Cherry Hills?
yeah.
Cherry Hills is all suburban residential.
Right, but they don't have acre lot sizes.
No, they don't have acre lot size,
Right.
so that would be,
Well,
oh wait,
there's probably a
now,
couple houses up there that's already
That
got an
sit
acre.
pretty close, cause we sit on an acre at my house. So,
But you're residential, so we're not allowed.
no, but if I'm comparing,
yep, lot sizes.
dude, I'm gonna put a horse in my backyard, you're gonna whinny, you're gonna listen to it. No.
I think most of the
Horses.
Cherry Hills lots are half to, most of those are probably half acre lots, maybe
Yeah.
3/4.
The lots for that gas main goes through.
Those are a bigger lot there, they would be close to an acre, but they're not the full size of a football field,
Yeah, no.
so.
Where's that?
Thank you.
This is the one that supersedes the other. Oh, gotcha. I'm gonna try one of these.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you.
You want a copy of the ordinance?
So a quick legislative sort of timeline. The one prior to this, provided by right, just had it. It wasn't all animals, but it was cattle.
Cattle, sheep, and horses.
There we go. That was by right. And then back when this was adopted, after that, and this added some more regulations and expanded the type of animals, that were allowed. And the prior version, cattle, horses, sheep, 3 per acre, not to exceed a total of 10 per property owner, blah, 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 blah. Same sort of thing. None of that's on the books, it's all this.
So, question on this, would it be easier to amend ordinance 604? Cause this is current and active.
That is current active zoning
Yep.
regulations.
So
Yep.
if you looked at number 9, line B, you could strike critters that you did not want to be allowed. Then that would take care of your large animal permit as well, doing it in one place instead of 2.
It would, and if I recall, and it's been a few years now, quite a few years, wow. The main issue was in suburban residential. I mean, I don't think in residential we made any changes at that point. Just because, you know, we didn't, nobody wanted, goats next door to them. But suburban residential, if they had enough space, the thought process was to allow them if they got the proper permit.
I guess as a board, what would we like to do now that we have ordinance 604 sitting in front of us, which deals with the requirements?
So if it is altered or rescinded, what happens about people that have it already?
They're grandfathered in, so they can keep it.
This would just halt going forward.
Just those animals though, so.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
could now expand on those animals. They would have to, you know, if, hopefully it's not a breeding. So you're saying if we amend it to just go for that again, please?
Okay, so if the board decided that they wanted to amend ordinance 604, it would have to be at the next meeting.
Well, it'd be more than that. It's a zoning change, so we'd have to have
The
down to
hearings.
zoning and
Yep.
public
Okay.
hearings and then back up.
But just for grin's sake, the board did not want any animals other than cattle or horses to be allowed on line B. So strike the other animals that are on there and then have your public hearings. And then that would have been that ordinance. Or we can, there's other ways I suppose to do it as well.
Well, if you wanna get rid of it, you really would need to change the zone. I mean,
The ordinance
yeah.
through
you
zoning.
need- yeah.
Would that get rid of the exception for H animals, or would that have to be
No.
specified in another way? 'Cause
Well,
right now,
you're
4-H
basically gonna have to do both.
Okay.
I'm hearing a lot of different complaints, but as far as the different types of animals and those sort of things, that would require changing 604, which created the large animal permit that's referenced in there, procure permit therefore. But if you wanted to also change 4-H animals that would be allowed under 604, yeah, you would have to modify 92.02.
Okay. So either way, we're gonna have to modify both of them too. I did not realize that, sorry.
So when I can see a few people in suburban residential still wanting those pigs, sheep and goats in there. And I can tell you 4 locations right now that have pigs that I bet some of these people don't even know, or 1 location for sure.
But that's also where your lot, it's required at least an acre to have any
Yeah,
large animal.
so I don't have a problem with that, I just have a problem with the 4-H animals in residential areas.
They're not allowed, I don't see, I mean, zoning doesn't allow for 4-H animals.
That's what we just did,
we
we
just
just had goats.
Yeah, we got a goat.
Yeah.
Was that what that was in residential?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's why this all started.
Yeah.
So so if that was allowed in residential, that was a mishap.
And that's because I'm looking at allowable uses or permitted uses in residential, so we don't reference animals.
Okay, so then it's a moot point, we just need to fix that issue.
Basically, that permit with the goats, they assured us as soon as fair was over, they were leaving. Their permit will be done and then it wouldn't be renewed.
And it's not an issue then, correct? Now that you're looking at all the.
Right, I'm
documentation?
actually looking, I didn't know that was it.
Yeah,
But
okay.
anyway, neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But going forward, there's clearly no right or even process for a goat in a residential zone.
So that should always be turned down, goats, pigs, sheep
Okay,
in
so
residential.
You have to be suburban residential with at least 1 acre for that to go on. So basically, it's in the
we're
books.
fine then,
So we're
we
good.
don't need to fix anything.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, that's
Well,
up to you,
except
that's.
for, do you want pigs, do you want me to have pigs at my home?
You're in residential,
But if I was in Cherry Hills,
but they have to
And I have
have
an acre.
the acre.
right, and I do you want pigs there? Do we wanna deal with, because I'm gonna tell you as a neighbor, I would complain, because I've had pigs. There's no way that they can keep them clean and not smell, it's impossible. Is what I'm saying, so like it's kind of a catch-22 because your Cherry Hills is residential, but if you have it zoned suburban residential, then you're allowing them to have these animals. Right?
That, the way it's in the
That's right.
books, that
I
is
mean,
correct.
Right.
As long as
So
they
you
meet the
either
lot
change the
size.
zoning of Cherry Hills to be residential and not let them have it, and that's within the city limits, or you say, and you keep the suburban residential on the outskirts, North County Road, West County Road that way, or south,
So
I
would it
mean,
be easier to change that, or then, because if we put the thing in the suburban residential,
does that make sense, right? I mean,
it has to be over an acre. And there's 2 lots out there that possibly over an acre.
They're
or
not an
4.
acre. I
I
highly
don't think-
doubt they're an acre.
Let me pull them up, look and see if they are. Can you pull up the GIS and then pop on those great big lots?
I don't know if that's for sale, it's,
That lot for sale
That's
is
not an
not an
acre.
acre.
No,
Yeah.
the
And
lot
it's one of
size
the
up
bigger
there is
ones.
100, the average lot size was 150 by 100, I believe, up there, if I remember right.
But if you have it zoned suburban residential, does that
You
acre size?
would still need an acre.
You would
So
still, so
need
you
an acre.
still have to,
Yes.
even if you have one lot that's an acre,
Then you, in theory, could have up to 3 animals. on that
exactly.
acre.
So you have to decide if, you know what I mean, as a board, you have to decide, are you going to run that, or are you gonna?
It's like 0.72. That
That-
lot for sale on Copperland.
Yeah, 0.72 acres.
I
And those are
think
the
there's-
biggest lots
and
that are
that's
up
one of
there.
the bigger ones.
Yeah, the one I can think of would be Bruns's.
Yeah, Patty Brown's would be probably an acre, Osborne,
Yeah, Steve definitely.
but his is 2 lots back there, if I remember right, there's 2
Yeah,
separates.
that's two.
So there's not that many lots actually in town that are over an acre, very few.
Right.
So where do we wanna go with this?
I think we're fine as it is, personally. Patty Burns is 1.92.
And just so everyone knows, we're not picking on anybody.
No.
We're trying to do this one time,
Yeah.
do it right, take care of it, so we don't have issues going forward. An easy way possibly to do it would be, which they're gonna have to change things, but change your lot size from 1 acre to a different size lot. People that have them are grandfathered. There would be no new ones unless you have 5 acres,
Right.
or whatever number the board decided they wanted to change it to.
That probably would be the easiest way to do it.
It might be.
Yeah.
So how do we go? Want to think about it till next meeting? Do we want to give direction to
You could send it to zoning. But that's start there.
Just start.
Anyway.
I would
So-
send it to zoning and ask their opinions.
just ask their opinion? Would you like to send a suggestion to them?
Recommendation from
We would recommend you guys look at this.
see if there needs to be any change. I mean, that I think would be the cleanest way to do
Okay.
it. And that would be a separate motion second.
Okay. So with that, I guess,
3 lots up there that qualify. Bruns's, Schumacher's, or the one up there next to it, and then,
Well, this one of Ozzy's is that covers 1 lot on the lake.
yeah.
Okay.
And it's a little over 2 acres.
Patty's is 1.92, I thought, or maybe that was,
Yeah, 1.92, so.
and then Sandberg's, I believe.
Sandberg's have, yeah, they bought that under second lot a little. So do we want to play with the requirement of a minimum, right now I have a minimum of 1 acre. Do we want to change that and send that suggestion to them? Do we want to send a suggestion to completely remove certain animals? What suggestion would we like to send to planning and zoning?
I'm 1.5 acres is what I'd like to send.
I think that's fair. And I would personally like to, I mean, I'm just remove pigs, sheep and goats.
I know of.
Pig, sheep, and
That's
goats.
mine.
Your suggestion to remove those, okay?
I would agree with that.
And then we have a suggestion to go to 1.5 acres per 3 animals with a 1.5 acre minimum for any large animal. Is that correct? Everybody good with sending those recommendations to the planning and zoning? Got that, Bonnie?
We could talk about it and see what it would actually apply to. I mean, the one thing I would just re-emphasize is, this is just goes to suburban residential. Ag has completely different rules, you do whatever you want in ag.
Right.
Residential shouldn't have any of these things. suburban residential's
Where we're.
where this is what we're focused on.
Everybody good? Okay, we'll move on. Discussion on shipping container setbacks, classifications, ordinance 689, third reading.
Ordinance number 689. An ordinance in the village of Sutherland, Lincoln County, Nebraska, to amend the regulations of shipping containers of the planning and zoning regulations as recommended by the planning commission, to repeal all other ordinances and resolutions or parts thereof as conflict, to provide that the provisions of this ordinance shall be made a part of the code of the village of Sutherland, and to provide when this ordinance shall be in full force and effect.
That's ordinance 689, that was the third reading. I would entertain a motion to adopt ordinance 689.
So moved.
Motion Dempsey.
Second.
Second Dempsey.
No. I know.
Mayor Dempsey,
Yes.
Ken Backer,
No.
Scott Meyer,
Yes.
Alicia Patrick,
No.
Justin Knox.
Yes.
3-2. Discussion and action regarding storm drainage. I see Mr. Tom is here today.
See, that's one.
Just a little bit. It all goes back to what we were talking about many moons ago, Tom. If we would build a retention pond, if we would be able to purchase that property, do we need to worry about the ditch access first, or would the retention pond just do seepage?
The problem with drainage partially is the size of the tubes downstream from you. And it's pretty doggone flat all the way to the river, as you know. Unfortunately, we had the farmer roads at the time, now the farmer transportation talked into it, putting a bigger culvert under the highway, lesser Donald killed it. So that's one of his legacies for us. But anyway, the Roger Klasnow was the district maintenance supervisor, and he was okay with it. So I could certainly reapproach Roger now that we have a different district engineer and see if we can get it. Because I think one of the things I see in these pictures, it looks like water kind of accumulated in a ditch and sort of got stuck. I mean, it looks like so. Now that doesn't mean with a bigger tube there that I'd have to go back and review the tubes downstream, but it seems to me like one of the bottlenecks is high. And I don't remember on the railroad tracks or on down what it looks like, but to get it clear out of town would be the best, you know.
But to actually probably remedy the situation, we would about need to start at the river and work backwards into town. So we have a place for water to go.
I don't know if I'd do that first. We shot that, we know what those grades are, we can certainly look at that. I would be, I want to go for where we can out there.
Mhm.
So, we have, what we put down there, the 15, AC down in that driveway, I think was in five years.
Oh, they're down there.
Yeah, so, but down that far, it doesn't make any difference, you know. And plus, we never have a block, and it's a lot less than a block, so we don't want anything bigger than that anyway, but that's what I remember about the whole thing. I could certainly, if the highway department clean their ditch, wouldn't have anything either, you know.
I
or
did,
mowing at least.
I did reach out to somebody with the state that day, and I got a gentleman up here by the name of Cody Armstrong.
Okay,
Very nice young man, and he went, "Oh, I see we have a problem."
oh, well, good, I'm glad he admitted it.
Yeah, because he came when, I think it was 30 minutes after these pictures were taken. And so if I can get you Cody Armstrong's phone number?
Yeah, well, I can find him.
Yeah, but, he was very receptive that something needed done, and I had Casey hold me up there for a minute because it was the first time that somebody was receptive.
Yeah.
But, cause he did say, wow. And then they were willing to come to the last meeting, but he had I think he's on vacation this week, right, Cody? So I wasn't gonna make him come. But I think if,
But he also told you that he had some plans in place, but
yeah, he was gonna come down and attempt to do some stuff. So if you could reach out to him and see what his,
next week, yeah.
Okay.
so,
Yeah, I can certainly do that. I'll be gone. I'm leaving tomorrow, back till Tuesday, but I can call it.
you're fine.
Talk to him.
Everybody needs a vacation every now and then.
It's not gonna rain before then.
Yeah,
It's a family reunion, so that qualifies as a vacation. Depends on your family.
it depends on if you want to make your wife happy or not.
Yeah, well, it's her family, so.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, this Cody Armstrong was extremely receptive. And it was like, cause he pulled up there to Subway and he called me up and he says, well, if you could be here in 2 minutes or 5 minutes, and I was. And then he gets out and he says, I do see that you have a problem.
Yeah.
Because the ditch going north was completely full and it was just sitting there.
Yeah. We were looking at some kind of containment in that field and then a pipe going out. That was basically the same size as going over the highway at the time, because that's what they give us typically.
Yeah.
There's no point to it, so bigger. We were just trying to move the pond, the town outside of town. That's really all we were getting done.
So basically, we'll just let Tom talk to the state, see what we can do on it and figure out a plan from there.
Yeah.
That agreeable to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. New business, discussion on NPPDR project update. Do not see any NPPD representatives here tonight. So, and you have emailed them, Bonnie, and you have not got response? So,
If I could just, I showed Casey that our project map, I don't know if you looked at it, it looks like it was kind of, but that's what it looked like.
yeah, they haven't, from the mapping I've seen, it's not shifted anywhere.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're planning to do.
I guess they're not here to go over their discussion. I guess at this point, we can take it off the agenda. If they would like to have it put back on there for discussion, we can do that. Everybody good with that? Okay.
Can we go back to something?
You can ask the chair.
What would you like to go back to?
Quick question about this ordinance 689. Does this, this says that you can put a container on a lot permanently.
Yes.
How does this, not conflict with on one of our ordinances, if you build a shop on the lot, you have to show that you have living quarters and stuff like that? How does this not conflict with that ordinance?
Different definitions as to what a shipping container is and what is allowed. I mean, this is specific to the definition of a shipping container.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was curious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Clarification on board wages for special meetings.
That was me.
Yeah,
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
I made an assumption that everything that I was a liaison to, I got paid for.
That is correct. You are, because that is what we have.
Not as defined.
And, I became the liaison for the Housing Authority Board, which takes me clear to Ogallala. I don't get that either.
I'm just saying, your wage ordinance is your definitions on what's paid and what's not paid, guys.
Housing authority we have paid for, because they do keep minutes in our subject to open meetings act, which was what I understood was the requirement for a payment.
And that's, I believe, how it was defined. I'll just, legislative
Yeah,
history.
let's just.
This kind of came up several years ago, and the board adopted a definition of a meeting for purposes of when you get paid.
So in like the meeting that Kim referenced, the housing one in Ogallala, she's the liaison for that. She's representing the village of Sutherland. She gets paid for that meeting. She should get paid mileage to and from that because it
Yeah, I
is,
thought, I was looking over.
or not.
Well, mileage, I don't believe is discussed in the wage ordinance. However, if they're subject to the Open Meetings Act and keep minutes, I think was the baseline.
Baseline.
Sorry.
No, you're
we're not discussing. Okay, so, the Lilies of the Valley is listed on here. They do take minutes.
They are not subject to the Open Meetings Act. I don't
Okay.
believe.
So I can join the Lilies of the Valley and I don't have to be able to be on the. Okay.
The library board does keep, or they're required by Open Meetings Act.
Yep, and they turn those minutes to us, tree board does, history center does, housing authority, emails them out. Chamber of Commerce emails them out to us, so I do have access to those minutes also. Because if I was not doing it right, I was more than willing to fix it, I was just going by the definition.
Yeah, and that's why I was really confused because I was looking over here and I did not look down here at these, so. But the Lilies of the Valley does not go by Opens Meeting Act. It does.
Correct. They would have to be a committee or organization that's considered the government organization and subject to the Open Meetings Act. Was what was adopted or has been adopted.
Okay, and the Housing Authority, they email you the minutes? Okay. So, just, yeah.
So we're good there?
We can take it off the agenda.
Okay. Discussion or action on alarm renewal, and that involves resolution 2026-0701.
And that is not due until August 14th. They recommended we get it in so everybody had a chance to look over it. There was an increase, of course, from last year. I did include in there what we paid last year, and then it also shows what is being invoiced for this year. So page 54 is the 26-27 year, and page 55 was the 25-26 year. We did do the 3 years, so we got that 5% off, so I did highlight what the village paid with that 3-year discount.
So basically, if we did the 3-year discount to save the 5%, our insurance went up $6,000 roughly over what last year,
Yes.
or the last term.
When did we sign this last?
Sam was on there, I believe. That was,
Yeah,
that would be 3 years.
We redo it redo it every year.
Every year, that's
But we
what I
signed
said.
a 3-year,
But we did it last year, and we signed the 3-year
Okay.
extension last year, so our 3-year, that's what I'm trying to figure out, our 3-year extension.
it's our
is-
3-year contract.
You see what I'm looking at?
They keep, good point, because they did this with, Oshkosh too.
Yeah,
But they did a shorter one, however, they did 3 years this year anyway. But they were doing the annual sort of renewal, which would then, lock you in for 3 years on that you can't terminate, but I guess you'll revisit it next year to lock in 3 years. It's a kind of a strange weird, I don't know why they're doing
you
that.
see what I'm saying?
I do.
Because we locked in the 3-year discount last year
And the year before.
and the year before. So all we need is to make sure that we renew with them at the current price. But the discount should still be good for 2 years.
And it's a required renewal unless we provide written notice of termination.
I understand where,
I got you. We've already signed a 3-year contract with them,
Yeah, I agree, and it's.
We
it's
shouldn't
a
need
little
to change
odd that we're doing
anything.
it every year.
but they'd like us to, I don't understand why we need to pass a resolution because we've already passed a resolution to put them for our provider for 3 years.
okay, you see where I'm confused?
confused by it all too, so they just put it out there, and I will absolutely email and ask them, like, well, for years, why we're passing the resolution every year.
I think that would be probably great if we could just bring it to the next meeting so we can go over it there to make sure we're doing it the right way. Everybody good there? Okay, curb and gutter repair, Casey.
Yeah, you see a price on curb and gutter repair, we got some curb and gutter downtown, up in the park, which needs to be replaced. I believe it's $150 a linear foot, check it out, or back.
How many feet rough, do you have a rough idea on how many feet, Casey? 20 feet or 200 foot?
50 foot, 100, I don't think it'd go over 100 foot. But there's a couple places around the school that needs done. There's 2 places up there on Calvert Lane that needs done. But if I got them in town, I just will do, you know.
Have it mobilized to it one time.
100 foot, just do it all at once.
So is the people that worked on the school this summer that had the little machine and they tore up all of the asphalt repair that you just did?
Supposedly they said they're gonna make it right. They're the same ones that's doing the bathroom up Cracker Park.
Okay,
I was in that discussion with them and they said they were going to send up their hot mix machine and they were going to take care of it.
okay, perfect.
Cause
Yeah, I
when that
noticed
started,
that.
I contacted the school. They the janitor made a big deal out of it. I stopped personally, and Cody stopped, jumped one of the guys on the skid steer. He goes, well, it just happens. I said,
No.
You can do 3-point turns, take it easy. He goes,
Right,
yeah.
okay, so they're gonna fix it.
And his supervisor was made aware of it, and then when we was up at Anchor Park, talking on the bathroom, I brought it up again to the supervisor, that's when he said they would take care of it.
So do
So,
we need to send something so that
not
it can?
Casey's already been in contact with them on that. So we can, if they don't, we can throw that on next meeting.
Okay.
You can put it in your.
So on your $150 a lineal foot, 200 foot would be 30,000. That's a number we don't like to, unless you're gonna send a bid.
I'd be happy up to 100 foot.
100 foot of it, so $15,000 worth of curb and gutter repairs. Okay.
I'll make the motion for 100 foot of curb and gutter repair to another load for 150 per linear foot.
Motion back.
Out of streets.
Street repairs, yes.
There's a motion Backer,
Second.
second Patrick.
Alicia Patrick,
Yes.
Justin Young,
Yes.
Derek Dempsey,
Yes.
Kim Backer,
Yes.
Scott Meyer.
Yes. Thank you. I'm gonna shift the agenda real quick. We have possibly 1 or 2 board members need to leave for another arrangement. So we're gonna discuss food truck night.
Okay, the growth committee has got a really good idea to invite a food truck in at least once a month, depending on how it goes. And if we invite them, they don't need to do the peddler's permit fee. And the rodeo grounds is already inviting taco truck when they have an event, come over to the rodeo grounds. And it's been a pretty good idea so far.
Just good tacos.
They are very good tacos. So if we could, approve at their discretion a food truck night. This would only allow for 1, possibly 2, like a coffee truck and a food truck or something like that, because if we get too many, they compete with themselves and they don't make enough money to make the trip. So if we could just authorize the growth committee to move forward with this, I would appreciate it. So I'd like the motion to, we invite a food truck in possibly 1 or 2 nights a month at their discretion, because we've got to work with the food truck vendor to see what nights work.
Where would you put them?
Right at the moment, the best place is Railroad, because the bathrooms are not done up there. And, we're gonna work, she's going to contact the radio committee and see maybe if their taco truck isn't there, if we'd like to pull it into
What
there.
about the baseball fields?
The bathrooms would have to be open in an extended period. So unfortunately, that is the best spot right at the moment. Okay,
Gotcha.
so
So did I understand, was that a motion?
that was motion. I said a motion. Can I get a second?
Second
please?
that.
Okay.
Motion back to second now.
Bossy.
And I
Maybe
gotta
no
get
one
over
wanted
to
to
the
second.
Legion meeting, okay?
Yes.
Justin Rose.
Yes,
Rick Dennis,
Yes.
Kim Mack,
Yes,
Scott Meyer.
Yes.
I think it's a great idea.
Thank you, guys.
the food truck, just to get some different stuff, okay.
Discussion on e-bikes, bikes and scooters.
Okay, it was brought up at the growth committee too, that there's a lot of people that are complaining about the e-bikes, bikes and the scooters, and I wish Tom would have still been here because evidently there's been some people come into the village office and complain about kids not looking at stop signs or something like that, and my biggest deal is call the law, take a picture of them, so the law has a picture of the child, and then maybe we can go talk to the parent. But nobody wants to do that.
I had a visit with one of the parents, which was, I thought, constructive, but now those same individuals, while they're still doing it.
Circle your house and go off the side of the road just to make
But
you
no,
mad.
they now have air horns.
Yeah,
So you drive by, they blow the air horn in your car.
yeah. So, I don't know, because if we get an ordinance, you still got a ticket, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, they're not gonna follow it, nobody's gonna call the law. We're having the discussion, that's all it was brought to me. Could you have a discussion? I'm having a discussion.
The office has received a lot of complaints about them coming off of this sidewalk that leads to the pool on the Poplar and just coming off there full speed. Had a lot of people who said, well, I almost hit them, Some concerns with people with bigger trucks that are possibly hauling trailers or semis that go up that road. There's no way they can stop in time without running over a kid, but there's not a lot we can do. I did reach out to Tom, he was going to be looking at some ideas on a speed bump or something to slow down the sidewalk. The concern there is, are they gonna use that as a ramp and then catch some air and fly in front of it?
Could you put a pedestrian walk there, like a pedestrian crossing? Kids at play, pedestrian crossing?
The sad deal, they do it at every.
About every intersection.
But that would be like, that would make cars aware that kids do come out when you see a
Oh,
pedestrian
to
crossing.
put a crosswalk?
It's
Yeah, like just,
not the cars that we're worried about, it's the kids that need. to
right,
go.
but I'm not gonna yell at somebody's kid, I'm gonna call the police, because I don't think it's our responsibility to
I
yell at
call
a
the
kid.
police, I don't do
All
anything,
the
by the time they get here, they're gone.
All the towns
But they
in
could sit
Nebraska
right there.
and surrounding states are seeing this.
RDU.
There's a lot of problems. I know we've talked before about definitions of what each one of these are. Everybody's dealing with it. Broken Bow just finalized several items on theirs. Might be worth researching and see how they're trying to curb this problem.
It's a major issue, and all I can say is you're not unique. Every place, everywhere is having this issue with all of Paxton.
North Platte, yeah, they have.
Appreciate
they have a
Everybody I've
lady
talked to,
Down the street with,
Lincoln and Omaha, they're killing them, cause they're just, they're getting run over.
It's very difficult. State patrol's frustrated because the definitions in the state statute don't really apply to what people are using. They weren't able to get anything changed last, legislative session, so we really are in a very difficult position, but I mean, if you do wanna change, you're in by far the best position to adopt something to try to regulate this. I wouldn't expect much help from the state.
So
So
let's,
it was asked to be put on the agenda, it's on the, we discussed it. You're more than welcome to put my name in the paper, Trenda.
let's leave that on there. We can do some more research and see how we wanna go forward with this. Everybody good with that?
yes,
And I'm gonna excuse myself, I had a Legion meeting.
I'm gonna need to excuse myself.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. We're gonna bounce back to the last remaining item there on new business of audit discussion, July 8th.
I think we got two.
Oh, do we have? Oh, yes, okay. So, we did have that workshop with Bob. Some of the question numbers on the sewer. Bob explained where they were at in the audit. Fully understood. I don't think there was any other issues when we left the meeting. on that. Nothing was changed or modified. The audit, basically, it was explained, that's the instant snap in time. When he starts on it, that's exactly what is in our book, or our software, correct?
Yes, and when he gets that, then he did say that is, 2 days later, it may be different numbers, that is just the day it's locked, that is the numbers he has to work with.
Right, so what about, like, I was shown the running, month to month, running numbers for each sewer, for
Okay,
each account, that way we could have it in our packets, month to month running numbers.
yep, so Bob talked a little bit about that, and Frank was here as well, and they talked about that.
Is that, can we have that?
And I meant to have the, profit and loss and the balance of accounts for tonight, and somewhere I am missing $13 and some odd cents in the June one. Tiffany's looking for it, cause I spent 3 hours this afternoon trying to find it, so next week I will have, every account fully reconciled, since I had to go through and redo some of those again.
But you know what I'm talking about, where it shows, like, where it shows from January to February, and then February to March, and then I have a copy of it.
There's a copy right there.
Oh, okay, yep,
Sorry.
yes, yep, just like this. And they used to do that, the village used to do that, and it would be in the packets monthly. They used to,
I guess I had,
See, we can keep it. I don't know if that's even on Tiffany was doing. I can look and see if I can find that one, and if not, I can reach out and see if Tiffany can help me
yeah,
create it.
cause I
If that's
believe
something
she used to do
the
that.
board would like.
yeah, I don't
So-
remember on that. I know that was one thing that we did talk about in there, that it is nice having that, so you can see where you're at month to month. But basically that was a work session. We didn't change anything,
Right,
but no, I believe Bonnie, like she said, was already looking. It spoke with Tiffany, I think, on that, cause Bob was explaining the QuickBooks, how you can migrate that stuff in, run the report. It's not bad to do. He knows the ins and outs and the shortcuts on it, so we can work with him, probably the office can, to have that report
He
done.
was gonna send me a couple that were fairly simple that he thought would do what, that keep that monthly running total of the balances. He had emailed me to me today, so,
yeah,
but I did reach out and ask him if he could help me find one.
I just think-
Tiffany was going to also.
like, as we're approving money to be spent, it'd be nice to see what's in the in these accounts, like, as we're approving different things, so I think that would be smart on our part.
So, but yeah, that was basically what that whole deal was. Everything squared up. Frank seemed to be good with all of that. And it was just right at an hour that we had our discussion. Is there anything else on that?
Is this my part two?
What's that?
Is this my part two that I'm talking about?
Where?
Are we all in one? I don't know where we're at. So my only thing is, I didn't get an email about the budget meeting until the Monday before that Wednesday.
Okay.
So, and I'm not sure when you got your email about it.
I thought we discussed it
Kim got
in
it,
a meeting.
The
but we
meeting
didn't have
before.
the time set.
Oh, as far as the time,
Because-
yeah, sure.
It was set June 18th, but the time was not ever set. So my question is, can we find out or have times run by us, different times run by us to be able to see if they, because like, I'm not getting to go to these, you're not getting to go to these because of, work conflicts, and there's no way in a 2-day notice to be able to go.
So this one, in that, I guess I will take
And
that.
I understand the work sessions,
Yeah.
but
This one, Bob only had a couple days with certain times that he could do it. And we took the first available time to get it done. Cause also, I know Frank he was the one that had it, so
Right.
he had 2 days that he was back here.
which is fine, but if it was set June 18th and I didn't get the email till the Monday before.
Okay.
You had till June 18th, you had from June 18th till July.
Yeah, I didn't email anybody.
You know what I
I don't
mean?
email
So
board
you
members.
I didn't hear back from Frank until I barely had enough time to post a notice.
But if
And we heard back from Frank and then heard from Bob on what day would work. I had.
but if
barely
the
had
time was
my
set
hands.
June 18th,
The time was not set June 18th. I was asked to reach out about a meeting. By the time I heard back from Frank and the time I heard back from Bob after giving him Frank's availability, I had barely enough time to post that meeting before the meeting.
okay, well, Frank told me and another board member said that the time was set June 18th.
So yeah, I didn't send it out to anybody. I sent Frank.
No, that's okay. I'm just saying, I'm just requesting, how's that? So I'm just asking if it can be sent out in a more timely fashion, is all I'm requesting. I'm not placing blame on anyone. I don't wanna, that's not a deal. So I'm just asking if, like, when we set our budget meetings, workshop meetings, if we can set them so that it's, everyone can,
Yeah, and we'll just set, we'll set
you
those
know what I
tonight.
mean?
Yep.
Just
No,
so,
so that was just basically no harm, no foul
Yeah.
suggestion.
Yes.
Early notification is possible.
yes,
Okay.
yes, not getting into a riled up thing.
Yep.
I'm not riled.
So we're good
So-
there? Okay.
I know, I'm like, I just would like to know.
Yep.
So,
And then our next item is the budget workshop dates. I guess all of us have been here long enough. We know that we like to have workshops to get our budget set. Our budget is due by the state, the last day of September, is that correct? And Bob has electronic file that. We have to have posted, legal postings to have our actual setting of our budget. But normally in August, we had several work sessions to try to get everything put in there. Is there, I know years past, they did Fridays, cause that seemed to work good for a lot of people. I think last year we did Friday mornings at 8 or 9 o'clock. Is what they did, but yeah, input on what people would like to do on that. If you wanna have evening meetings for this, what would everybody like to do?
for me personally, I can't do any mornings once school starts.
Okay.
I'm at the school teaching
Okay.
till 1 o'clock.
Alright.
So Monday through Friday, so I can do anything after 1, so long as I know ahead of time to set my salon schedule. So that's the only place I'm at with it, so.
So the sports, I guess I don't know, when will they have the first football game? Will that be after the 1st of September probably? Do you know, Derek?
Yeah, I mean, it always has been, at least anyway, that be that second week in September.
Okay. Cause we have board meetings.
11th to the 18th.
Okay. We have board meetings, Wednesday nights. If evenings work better, I don't know how your schedule is, Derek.
August
Just up and down.
Kind of up in the air right now.
Okay.
21st.
For the most part,
August 21st is the first football game. That is early.
sorry, but. for what?
August 21st, Sutherland versus Brady.
Okay. So basically, cause people go to those Friday nights wouldn't happen after the 21st.
Right.
If we were trying to make this work. I can be fairly flexible myself. But I guess whatever works for you guys.
Normally, I'm available, any night, other than Friday night's usually sports. And then all day on Friday.
Is Bonnie, cause you come to the budget work sessions, is there a night that does not work for you during the week?
I'm pretty flexible. I don't know how late volleyball, how long volleyball runs, usually Wednesday nights, if I'm not here, we are at college volleyball, so.
I'll see you at 9.
If we get out of here.
What if, okay, just a shot in the dark, Thursday nights. So do Thursday, August 7th. The 14th of August, and then again on the 28th, or excuse me, I was reading the wrong day, sorry. 13th, excuse me, the 6th, the 13th, and the 27th, to schedule 3 work sessions right now. Those would all be Thursday nights, is that doable for everybody?
So say again, the 6th,
6th, 13th, and 27th.
At what time? Best, I mean, just so I know.
Probably 6 o'clock, does that give you time?
Yep.
6?
Gives me enough time to go in the shower so you don't smell my.
Thank God, that's what I'm next to.
I'm glad I sit back here.
I know, right? I'm gonna bring one of those little fans. 6th and 13th.
6th, 13th, and the 27th. Start them at 6 o'clock.
We try, maybe we can keep it to 3.
And we might be able to, if we get all of our information, and I believe you're working on the program that can basically have it all built and simplified.
QuickBooks has pulled it all in, last year's spending, and up through this year's spending. Rather than having to go through the 20-page Excel spreadsheet and enter it all manually. Tiffany's like, oh no, QuickBooks pulled that all in, look at it, and I was like,
And it drew our startup sheet, basically.
yes.
Okay.
And then from there, it's just to go through and, enter anything that needs to be changed. And it saves the file. And each time a change is made, it saves a new file.
Okay.
So you're skipping the 20th.
Yeah, skip the 20th, then that way it's not don't schedule for, I hate to have everybody here every Thursday night.
Yeah, so sounds good.
That workable?
That works.
13th, I might be gone.
Okay.
Cause I'm leaving morning of the 14th, and I don't know when I'll be, I'm thinking I won't be back till the 27th.
No, that's fine. And we can probably, if you have all your stuff, which I think you already do now, we can get down on the first one.
What's that?
Y'all better bring me a birthday cake.
Oh.
Just saying. I'll bring my own birthday cake. And we'll all eat
Kristen's
it.
kids can come decorate for you and get it for Scott.
Yeah.
They're evil. So I guess could we make sure that we post our work session dates, the 6th, the 13th, 22nd, or 27th,
Get those made up.
and notify all the board members of that as well? Anything else on our budget workshops?
Looks good.
Okay.
Great.
So we have claims presented. Is there any questions on claims?
The Johnson Service Fund did come out of the sewer account.
Okay.
Just 'cause I know that has to.
If there was no questions, additions, or corrections, entertain a motion to go on with our claims.
I will make a motion.
Motion Patrick, or excuse me, motion Patrick. Sorry. Second Dempsey.
Kim Becker's absent, Felicia Patrick.
Yes.
Justin Jones is absent, Scott Meyer.
Yes.
Rick Dempsey.
Yes. Payroll report is provided. Tom's sick vacation report is there as well. Any FYI information? Go for it, Casey.
I really don't have much this time. The shack up Golden Hill, it's complete, it's up and going.
How did they like it?
They'll figure you out of there.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome. It
But
looks good.
that project is, you haven't been up there, look at it, you need to go up and look at it.
It looks really good.
We got the poles set out at the good, waiting on getting power to that. Hopefully they'll show up and get the well put back in and get that project hopefully wrapped up very soon. Not sewer good, we're just waiting for, get control panels built. Orders in, hopefully that'll be done. They said sometime this fall, sewer project will be wrapped up.
Okay. Anything else, Casey?
Other than that, we're about done wrapping up on paint. My kids are tired of painting. I'm tired of running, getting paint for them, so. With it hot like this, it's hard to paint anyway, so we've been cutting limbs out of the trees that, trying to get the trees kind of cleaned up a little bit. That's about all I got.
Very good.
When you were striping on the pickleball court, just cause I get asked.
The paint is ordered, last time I talked to him, he said the paint would be anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks, as soon as he got the paint in, he would get up there, as soon as he could get it done, so. I'll reach out to him tomorrow and see where he's at on that.
Quick question on trees. On North County Road and West County Road, right at that corner, that tree is touching the roofs of trailers and semis.
Not no more, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
We did that, and we did the other one,
Up by Bankston's.
yes.
Awesome. Okay.
Haley submitted a letter of resignation. She is moving to Colorado. So I will be advertising for a,
Don't accept it.
I cried.
Yeah.
I cried. I will be advertising for a replacement to get retrained. I talked with a couple people into it and I got told, ha ha ha. This is pretty much the answer.
That was a no.
It wasn't no, but, other than that, we're just starting to get stuff ready for
When
next
does
fiscal year.
when does Haley move?
Her last day will be August 28th, so she gave me plenty of time, so she can start training her replacement.
But if a car don't run, she can't leave.
I don't know if I didn't accept it, she couldn't leave it, she said.
Earmuffs.
Yeah.
Earmuffs, Casey. Oh my goodness.
Other than that, office is running, we're working on, getting older stuff made, cause end of fiscal year is coming up soon, which throws me for a loop, so we're staying busy.
And you've handled the post or the advertisement for that position, you're taking care of all that, so we're not changing anything, you're just advertising what we have.
Yeah,
Okay.
advertising what we had, so I haven't put it in there, she just turned in resignation letter to me today, and I wanted to cry when she did it, so.
Okay.
I had a guy resign too, so I'm looking for help too.
Maybe Casey's chasing her off.
I'll look the other way. Kim is not here, Justin is not here, Derek.
Kudos to Casey and the crew, that the village looked great again for 4th of July.
I don't know, have you guys seen the video that's circulating around
Yes.
town? That is
Amazing.
phenomenal.
It's a great video.
Got one thing wrong, but it's
Felicia.
not the sheriff's policy, but it's
I have nothing.
set here.
I will be silent tonight, so we can get out of here.
Do you have something to tell
No,
us?
not at all. I do appreciate all the work that our employees do and the board. Things are going well, things look good around town, people are happy. So I think it's great that everybody is doing what needs done. Anything from the audience? Trent?
Friends Library, 24 Grove Street. The only thing I felt a little concerned over with the growth committee bringing someone in is that I'm looking at Little Snow White, they're trying to sell sandwiches and things, and they're open later. So it's gonna be across the street in the park, across from them. And there are little gyros and things like that, that they have to sell ice cream. I don't remember how late they stay open because.
I think until 8, and I believe that there's a few days of the week now that they're not open. Would it be best
Okay.
to recommend to growth committee, they look at one of the days that Snow White
Yeah,
is open?
they're closed, Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays now.
Yes.
Cause I
Okay.
passed a message along to growth committee for they consider a night that Snow White is open.
I think just from the standpoint of being good neighbors and being for everybody here in town, that's a way to handle it, it's not gonna be hurtful. You know, they're not gonna feel like people are against them or the village is. I want to say that I have witnessed such professionalism of our summer help that's been out painting and doing things. I'm just really impressed with the good attitudes, the courtesy, wow. And so, I can't say enough good things about them out there. And it's not, you can't dictate that attitude because they're gonna be what they're gonna be, but this bunch of young people that you have working with this, So,
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll pass the word on.
yeah, and I told them too, because they need to hear it, there's enough bad stuff in the world, they need to hear the good. That's the only thing I can think of. I think we had a fantastic 4th of July celebration. I'm really proud of everybody involved in that so much. And I don't know if the stuff going on with all the things was supposed to be something coming to Sutherland and all of that. I haven't seen anything on that. I'm hoping that all will work well. You know, I'm feeling pretty positive about whatever takes place, and I live out there. And so,
Yeah, and I would say to, like, give kudos to Lincoln County Commission, or to Lincoln County, Planning Commission. I sat at that meeting last night till 9:30, and,
they're doing a good job.
my first meeting went 5 hours, but,
I-
they're
I-
busting their tails, like, they are setting a precedence that hasn't been set yet for regulations, so good for them.
And we end up with a bunch of construction here, and that'll be a boon for Sutherland, just the way the gentleman plant was. We have families that moved here because of that. So, anyway,
Very good. Well, having satisfied all items on the agenda, with no further comments, I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Move to adjourn.
Motion Dempsey,
Second.
second Patrick, and I got it right this time.
Scott Meyer,
Yes.
Eric Benson,
Yes.
Rachel Bad.
Yes.
I guess my only question, I was doing a little research, I said, are we gonna have any fights with the families on
You got it.
tape?
The one
So, there's a serious case law that taking care of the cat. Even if it takes us, they can potentially fight us.
Okay.
But I would have to look and see what we
Very
can
well.
do.
Yeah, it could be, because there's a perpetual
get that in and then.
conservation easement.
You know,
Our pipe sits